Big day in oil country. We've got a shakeup, a hot sheet, a big name signing, and a bold gamble that could completely reshape the forward rotation. All that while an unexpected piece is eating up power play minutes and driving the crowd wild, half thrilled, half curious. There's a new face in the room with a clause that's basically a ticking clock. Tough choices coming once the IR clears. And a captain who didn't just stay, he's flying faster than ever, and the numbers back it up. The best part? None of this stands alone. Every move pushes another domino. You won't believe what's going down today. So sit tight, hit that like button, and let's get right into it. Let's start with story one. And yeah, the blood's pumping and the Rogers Place drums are pounding. This move shakes the top six, the cap, the locker room, and the calendar, and the clock's already ticking. It's not just a signing, it's a chess match. Clauses, real tests, and some brutal decisions once the injured guys are back. Before we get into goals and highlights, you've got to see the setup. A roster spot opened by sacrifice, a month-long window to prove your worth, and a rare shot to boost the top six without blowing up the core. That's the play here. Jack Roslovic's deal is officially on the books. 1 year, low cost by NHL standards, and the kicker is the contract detail that turns October into a final exam. A full no move that shifts into a limited 4-team trade list on November 1st. Smart setup for both sides protects the club during evaluation while giving the player a path if it doesn't click. Translation, if it works, he stays. If it doesn't, there's flexibility. That kind of structure shows confidence in the fit and faith in the roster read. At the same time, Jake Wallman hit IR to make space right away. Which isn't just paperwork, it's a sign that the plan is to use Roslovic now. Test chemistry and get tape rolling fast. And speaking of tape, his 5-5 numbers explain why the staff's so intrigued in a good way. Roslovic put up 19 goals at even strength last season. It's more than a few big names on his own team, and that's not a fluke. Sure, the conversion rate was high, but the underlying numbers XG, individual chance volume, and shot location all point to a player who knows where to be. For a team that thrives on turning possession into sustained pressure and exploiting McDavid, Draisaitl, Croseams, having a winger who crashes the weak side and finishes quick is gold. That's how you deepen a top six without taking oxygen away from your stars. Now picture the November puzzle. The first matters for two reasons: the clause shift and Zach Hyman's eligibility to come off LTIR, add Janmark and Wallman returning soon, and suddenly you've got hard roster calls with the 23-man limit. That means Roslovic has got weeks, not months, to show exactly where he fits. The smart bet? He'll get a run with McDavid and Draisaitl. The track record says he can keep pace, find soft ice, and finish quick without overhandling. On nights when the Oilers face tight, low-block teams, that kind of shooter can flip a game in a heartbeat. Tactically, two paths stand out. One, plug him straight into the elite trio, crashing the far post and hunting rebounds. Two, drive the middle six engine while grabbing spot duty up top when the game demands speed and short transitions. Either way, the asks the same first step forecheck pressure. Board battles and quick touch decisions at the top of the zone. If he nails that, he's playoff material, not for raw points. But for situational fit in a 7-game grind, of course, there's the flip side. If the goals cool off but the XG stays high, patience wins because the process is sound. If both dip and his off-puck play doesn't fill the gap, that November 1st clause flip becomes a release valve. Low risk, high ceiling, perfect timing before the roster crunch, with room to pivot if needed. For the fan base, it reads like ambition. Smart cap management, options open. And one more weapon for the league's most dangerous offense. And somehow, that wasn't even the biggest story today. Take a deep breath and picture the sound in the rink. When it felt like the season might drift, one pen stroke lit the fuse again, came with a burst of speed that's going to mess with every opposing D-man's head. This wasn't a storm passing. It was thunder breaking. Because the sky just cleared for a team that needed clarity now, not in July. And there's a physical, Almost cinematic detail here that changes how the Oilers cross the neutral zone in attack. Connor McDavid inked a 2-year, $25 million extension, AAV 12.5. That tells you everything about both the plan and the player. Twofold message. Keep the window open short-term and preserve flexibility for when the cap reality shifts. Some folks ask, why not max term? Simple, this is about chasing cups, not contracts. A shorter, cap-smart deal gives the team tactical breathing room to keep pillars in place. Smooth out edges and jump on the right trade when it shows up. That's not a compromise, that's a calculated move. Now for the goosebumps. The eye test just got a data stamp. McDavid hit top-end speeds beyond anything tracked since the data era began. Bursts north of 20 miles per hour more often than ever. That's not just a pretty chart. It's practical chaos. Transition. The gap from zone to offense shrinks, and so does the opponent's reaction time. Defenders are forced back early, gaps open up, and that second layer pass becomes deadly. Power play. Entries are cleaner, the drop pass is live again, and the box collapses too soon. Late game. Every shift forces coaches to pick their poison, shorten the bench, change matchups, or give up lanes. With him moving like that, there's no good answer. The room feels it. The crowd feels it. The front office breathes easier. A short extension keeps the hunger sharp and the cap board flexible. It matters big time. Keeping McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman, no Bouchard, aligned while tightening the middle six and stabilizing the blue line, that's the window. This deal helps the Oilers stay in it, just as the roster hits the hardest decisions on injuries, returns, and cap juggling. And the message across the league. The best player in the world is all in, faster than ever. And backed by a front office that's ready to strike now? Sure, there's a cost. Flexibility now means cuts later. RFAs, depth tweaks, pick juggling, it's the usual dance. But the real question isn't how much to keep McDavid. It's how much to lose him. That answer writes itself. And somehow, that still wasn't the wildest part of the day. Some things don't show up in numbers. The spark, when it all clicks. That's what tonight feels like. Not magic by accident, by design. A signing at the right time. A contract that reopens the window. A power play piece taking off. And a locker room that knows October and November don't hand you cup spot. They set the path to April. That's the mindset this group needs for the next month. Move fast. Stay cold and make the hard calls without fear of headlines. The tactical plan for this stretch is clear but tough. First, fast-track the top six audit with Roslovic. Real minutes with McDavid and Draisaitl in controlled rushes. Sustained O-zone time and heavy cycle shifts. It's not just points, it's how he reads without the puck and how much zone time he creates near the slot. Second, keep Toma Ek as the power play barometer. If the unit clicks, keep the rotation even with Hyman back. If it dips, tweak his bumper positioning. Third, prep for the 23-man crunch. Build a clear decision tree for cuts, waivers, and trades without breaking rising chemistry. There's an invisible clock ticking toward November 1st. That clause shift gives management a window they can't waste. Either lock Roslovic as a playoff piece or flip him while the value's hot. It's good pressure. The kind that sharpens focus and makes every game count double. And McDavid's short deal? That's a message to the locker room and the league that this team's hungry right now. It raises practice intensity, tightens exits, and turns small mistakes into instant fixes. And then there's the emotional side you can't fake. Fans know when the team's skating is won. Seeing McDavid blazing, Draisaitl deadly. A newcomer with a smart clause, a 29-year-old net front warrior owning his spot, it's the kind of story that fuels belief. Fills comment sections and makes Rogers Place roar like a sixth man. If this energy holds, November's not a stress test, it's a launch pad. So here's the question. What's the one adjustment you'd make right now? Lock Roslovic into the top six. Keep Toma Ek rotating on PP1, or clear some cap space with a lateral move to protect depth. Closing it out, the Oilers just showed they can win this league on and off the ice with a sharp Lariski ad up front. a surgical extension that keeps the window wide open, and a fearless 29-year-old seizing the toughest power play job like he was born for it. If Roslovic clicks fast, the top six deepens. If McDavid keeps skating like this, transition becomes lethal. If Tomaike holds steady, special teams turn deadly. So tell me, of those three moves, which one boosts your Stanley Cup confidence the most? Drop your take, hit like, subscribe, and let's pack those comments. Because tomorrow, there's more fire on the ice.